Some individuals possess a quiet intensity within them, a yearning not just for distance, but for a deeper understanding. And today I have the privilege to meet one of them. At just 21, Anna Simonsson-Søndenå has experienced more than many do in a lifetime. With her roots spanning the fjords of Norway and the forests of Sweden, she has made her Volkswagen Transporter from 2000 her full-time home, a mobile sanctuary, a training hub, and a symbol of her freedom. However, Anna is more than just a van lifer. She is an elite ultra runner. You know, the type who dedicates her days to running over 50 kilometers through some of the most untamed landscapes, pursuing both the horizon and her personal limits. In this conversation, I have the pleasure of sitting down with Anna to discuss movement, solitude, discomfort, and the essence of freedom when your life unfolds on the edge, both on the road and on the trail.
Found what we're looking for in life. Call us crazy, but things
I think that things happen for a reason, and we all have like our path that we're supposed to take, and van life was sort of my call because I just got the idea from nowhere, and then I just decided this is right, like I could feel that this was right, and I just bought a van. Like 2 days later I had my van, and I decided, okay, maybe I need a driving license now, and then it was a little bit to go for my dream because it's much cheaper living in a van. So it was a lot about that and just being able to spend my savings to work really hard on becoming like an ultra runner, which I wanted to do. And a lot of people told me like, you can't do that for a job, like what do you actually want to do? But I said that this is actually what I'm going to do, and I'm going to sacrifice things. And living in an apartment or in a set place was something that I was really willing to sacrifice. But I also love the idea of van life, so it doesn't even feel like a sacrifice in that sense. The first half a year I didn't have much electricity, I didn't have much internet, and I was just there and did the bare minimum to kind of, I don't know, it was a period of just adjusting to this lifestyle in a way, and it has been great because this is how we're supposed to live, like without all the stress and all of the other things that is not what we're supposed to do as humans. So I think everyone that has tried van life, one big reason can be to kind of get away from all of that and come back to what we really are. And it has sort of influenced my ultra running because it is a tougher life and ultra running is a tough sport. So when you know that, okay, I can survive living in a van on my own, wherever, you know that a lot more things are possible. And yeah, it's just this general thought of that everything is possible and you can do exactly what you want. Like nobody, you have free will. That's something that is very cool. Welcome to my home. I will show you all of my advanced stuff that I have in here, everything you need for van life. So I don't have a fridge because installing electricity and stuff help. So I just have this box. Yeah, that is that. It's just a box with a little bit of food. Just trying to desperately make it cold, but I don't know if it helps, but at least it doesn't start boiling. I run because it helps me be just in the moment, and it also helps me have something to tackle in a way, this challenge that I want to kind of manage as an adventure more than I'm not against. Like, it's not me against the run, it's me with the run going towards something. And for me, it's about the moment. Is in the end, I'm happy with every run, but just tackling challenges on the way, like I know that it hurts in the moment where I am having a tough moment, and I know that sometimes I hate it, but it is just overcoming that and knowing that I have the freedom to do this. I'm just happy with every step. Here I have my kitchen. My kitchen situation is just gas, like this. Like just gas and you build it up, and I have one pot. So that's about that. Yeah, 2 plates in case I get visitors. Usually they have plates themselves, but this dream about having running as my full-time thing came from the first time I tried running, I would say. I just loved it, and as I said, I think that we have a path that we should go, and if we just listen to that intuition, it will just happen in a way. And if we don't lose ourselves into, okay, I'm pretty good at something else, I should do that or whatever, because I was not good at running. Like I was pretty slow. I was not bad, but I was not good. It was nothing that I was like extremely good at until I tried ultra running, and I was like, okay, this is maybe the thing I'm going to do. But I'm very good at listening to my intuition and where to go. And I just do whatever I feel is right at the moment. And sometimes I lose myself in this or that or whatever. But I always come back to the path and like, okay, this is the right thing. And that is where the dream comes from, I guess, that I want to follow my intuition all the time. Here I have clothes, just paper and stuff, and then just a little box of clothes. I am not that big on clothes, so I don't have too much, but I survive. Don't need more than I need, you know? It has been sort of tricky living in the van and combining it with this elite form of thinking in running, because a lot of things can happen on the road, and you need to get water, you need to do this or that, and just keep up life, basically, because you don't have everything accessible. But at the same time, I do this for fun. It's not like I need to keep this elite schedule to figure this out, because maybe that is what I need in the moment. Maybe I just keep to whatever life is doing right now. And sometimes I run a lot, and sometimes I run less, and that has to be fine. I think that this elite form of thinking, that is a vibe, but it can also stress a lot, and you need routines for that. So I feel like I'm doing it pretty good as I do now, but we will see. I love discomfort. I feel like I want it more simple, and I think it comes back to the ultimate survivor kind of mindset in a way. And I even felt like, okay, now I'm a bit too comfortable in this van. I need something else to kind of make it even more comfortable. So one example is that I booked tickets to New Zealand, and I'm planning on just running around with my running trolley around and just camp wherever and just be wet, because it will probably rain, and just see how it goes on the way, and maybe like be hungry at some point. But I love that. It's something with it, just you feel like you're alive. I have a peeing bucket, so that is that. Peeing bucket that I don't show on YouTube.
I know.
You show your peeing bucket on YouTube? Yes. Yeah, I show a lot on YouTube, but peeing bucket is where I draw the line. I have a peeing bucket, and I have, like, you can also go to toilets along the road. Here I have some more clothes, and just like some books. the Bible. I'm not Christian, but the Bible is very interesting. Right now I do social media, Instagram. I also am moving more towards holding courses and coaching, because I find that it's like with doing collaborations and stuff, there are a lot of contracts, a lot of legal stuff, and just with coaching I feel like I'm actually doing something instead of I don't know what I'm doing on, like, people are watching this and it's advertisement, but it doesn't feel as much of a purpose, it doesn't feel as meaningful as the coaching, even though it's really fun, and I'm so happy that that is a part of my income and I'm proud of that. It's just that I will probably work with the ones I work with now and put more energy into those instead of taking on too many responsibilities, and just keeping it not so stressful, because I don't need to earn a lot of money. I can work less for the same amount of money and just live here because it's pretty cheap. Not gonna lie. The way I live is cheap, and I feel like it's better to just live this life, work less, live more. But yeah, I'm doing what I love, and that is amazing. This is something I got help, like in Portugal there were some Norwegians that were like, "What, you don't have a table? Let us build a table for you." I never use it, but like sometimes it can be really, really important, but sometimes I don't know. Here is my table. I can also make the bed a little bit longer with this table if I put something here so that I can have my feet. Otherwise my feet just stick out. But you know what? I'm the kind of personality that just sleep with the feet out. Because why bother? Freedom kind of changes a lot and it develops a lot for me, and the way I protect it now is that I know that it doesn't matter what anyone thinks, because everyone will always think something. There will always be people that doesn't like you, and there will always be people that absolutely love you, and that is nothing that I can just be myself. And the freedom of just being myself, that is the biggest freedom, just being in myself, and it doesn't matter. Like, Vanlife is not me, ultra running is not me, like I am me. And that is what I have to protect the most. And then this Vanlife and ultra running it gives me a sort of freedom in the way that I don't know where the world is, like as the world is right now. I mean, we always have this thought of the world is going under, but I genuinely feel like, oh shit, the world is probably going under, and I want to be able to not be dependent on anything. Like, I want to be able to be the optimal survivor in a world that maybe is collapsing, but who knows. But I mean, that is freedom to me, to have that, to know that I'm not dependent on anything other than myself. So my bed is 150 times 160 centimeters. I want it like this because, you know, the Vanlife vibe with you kind of look out from your open doors, but I kind of messed up because the bed is already high, because I built the whole van with just material that I found other than the table, but other than that I just found everything. So this box was already this high, made the bed a little bit high, and then I was like, why not make a 30 centimeter mattress? So now it's like barely any space to do the sort of, you know, Pinterest van, open the back doors, because you just see this much.
And no hanky-panky.
But I like it. Sometimes when I've had visitors in here and we're like going to share the bed, they get claustrophobia, but I just like being this close to the roof. So I built this van. I don't have the patience, so I was like, okay, I will give it max 2 days, but 2 days straight, like no sleeping. But it is hand built by me, so the wall is falling down now, and it has been for half a year, but I haven't fixed it yet. I'm going to do it. I'm going to do it at some point. When we are around living like this, it is a lot of people around sometimes. You can connect with a lot of people with the same kind of life, but you never get never, but it's harder to get the long-lasting connections. And that can feel, it can feel like you never get that deep connection with someone. Sometimes you can feel that people that you connect really well, but you want to maybe develop that sort of connection with someone and you don't. But at the same time, I have probably felt more lonely living in a set place, especially here in Norway, probably because I don't drink, and that's how you meet people here a lot of the times. So yeah, just one of the reasons why I like this life is that I meet a lot of open-minded people, and in the end of the day, you just have yourself. You can't depend on anyone else. And sure, you might be lonely sometimes, it might feel lonely, but you can do something about it. You just have to put that effort in. It can be hard, but I think that it doesn't have to do with the van life. I think it's just life in general can be like that. This is my electricity. Works all right. Yeah, I mean, you can't watch movies and stuff and use your electricity like that. Or you can if you don't work on your phone. But yeah, I need it for just working. But as I said, I try to work as little as possible. So it's the capacity of my work is this. Like, I could buy a bigger solar panel, but I might work too much then. So yeah, we'll just keep it like that. A lot of things scare me. I'm not as confident as I seem, but it's more about handling the fear in a way, and handling, it's the same with pain. Like, it's fine, you just need to handle it. It's uncomfortable, but you just need to breathe through it. And like, it was scary for me to book the tickets to New Zealand. It is scary for me to think that I will be there for 3 months not knowing what I'm doing. But at the same time, yeah, it's good. Something is always going to be scary anyway. We have these feelings that are always going to be in our system, and these instincts, and that is that. We just have to handle it in some way. I also have water. I just have 2 5-liter, I don't know where they are. This door is not opening many times. 2 of these. That is my water. Then I have an extra kitchen in case my other kitchen, I don't know. But kitchen, I can also eat cold food, but I just got 2 kitchens and now I just keep 2 kitchens because I'm like, maybe how much money depends on where I am, where I'm going and what I do. But I have survived on like 300 euros per month at some point. And so it's around 300 to 600 euros per month. And that is something that I can save up with my projects. It has come to a point where I'm like, no, if I earn more money, then I need to pay more tax, and like I could just keep it chill and not work as much and just keep to my system here. I don't have to develop everything this fast. It's going good enough. That's the point. This is my not finished wall. I don't know, I didn't figure it out, so I just left it like that. And here I did another solution. Just put that on. But there is no wall in here. It's like, just to cover it up. Here, I have all my stuff. It's just like a box like this with sports drink, Tailwind, for my ultra running. And then there is one box like this with winter clothes. Then there is like some camping gear. And that's basically all you need, some electronics. And then my summer house. You know how people have like their house and then they have a little summer house that is very minimalistic. Maybe they have water, but they have limited electricity. Yeah, this is my minimalistic version of my home situation. Something that I hope that people will remember with me is that I am always trying to be my authentic self, and I hope that people can get inspired by that. I get inspired by a lot of people that are their authentic self. And yeah, don't remember me as the runner, don't remember me as the van lifer, just remember me as the girl that does whatever she wants to. Because I am just me. I'm nothing of the other stuff, I'm just me. So just that part is the most important, I guess. Yeah, so this is my vacation house. It's a running trolley. So I'm very proud of this thing. It is my favorite thing that I own, I would say. You can pack all your stuff in here. I have a box in there with all the stuff that when I live here, because I have limited space. So I put all my favorite stuff is not to use, like it's only summer house stuff to use, if that makes sense. You put on this, then you put it here, you put it here, packed full of stuff, and then you can run with it.
We know what we have, let's hold on tight. Found what we're looking for in life. Call us crazy, but things are finally right. With you and I, the future is bright.
Sometimes you can give in a little bit. It doesn't always have to be the struggle. Like if you're really sick and you just feel like, okay, van life is not my vibe right now, just going and taking a hotel room for a few nights until you feel better, it's fine. You don't always have to be so set on your idea of how things need to be, and you don't have to survive everything the most uncomfortable way. You can actually, like, you will have that money and stuff, like it will solve itself. So just not be too hard on yourself with this kind of van life thing. It doesn't have to be the perfect, you don't have to be the perfect van lifer, if that makes sense. If you feel stuck in your normal life and want to live more simple, and you feel like that is what your heart wants, your normal life is going to get harder and harder until you burn out if you don't just do what you're supposed to do and what your heart tells you. So yeah, just do it like as fast as possible, because it's going to end up with you doing it anyway. But if you do it straight away, you just have a more comfortable way into it, which, yeah, just a tip, but you will end up there anyway. So